Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The McQueens are told that Mercedes has an infection and the next 24 hours will be critical. Myra tries to pretend that everything is fine in front of Mercedes, but she sees through the deception and asks to be taken home. Although Myra is concerned about this, John Paul decides they should respect Mercedes' wishes. Meanwhile, Vicky and Robbie attend a pregnancy scan together and are assured that everything is going well. Vicky asks Robbie if they can keep their happy news to themselves for a bit longer. The morning started like any other in Hollyoaks village, with the McQueen household in its usual chaotic state. Nana McQueen was bustling around the kitchen, muttering about the rising cost of biscuits, while Goldie struggled to coax the twins into getting ready for school. John Paul, freshly returned from a short break to clear his mind, was already regretting his decision to come back so soon. Mercedes, however, was unusually quiet, nursing her coffee in the corner, her mind preoccupied with something she couldn't quite put her finger on. Her phone buzzed on the countertop, jolting her out of her thoughts. It was a call from a private number. Normally, she'd ignore it, but something compelled her to answer. "Hello," she said, her voice cautious. "Miss McQueen, this is Dr. Chambers from D Valley Hospital." The voice on the other end said, serious and professional. "I'm afraid I need to speak with you about Silver McQueen." Mercedes' heart sank. Silver. Her estranged husband had been out of her life for months now, following the devastating fallout from their tumultuous relationship. She hadn't heard from him since he left Hollyoaks, and part of her had hoped it would stay that way. But this call was different. There was a gravity to the doctor's tone that made her stomach churn. "What is it?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "I'm sorry to inform you that Silver was admitted to hospital following an accident. He's in critical condition. We're doing everything we can, but you should come immediately." Mercedes felt the room spin. She gripped the edge of the counter to steady herself. Is he going to make it? There was a pause on the line, heavy with unspoken words. It's too early to say, but it would be best if his family were here. By the time Mercedes arrived at the hospital, she was a whirlwind of emotions: guilt, anger, fear. She had spent so much time trying to bury the pain of their broken marriage that she hadn't allowed herself to think about what would happen if she lost Silver for good. But now, faced with the possibility, she realized just how much unfinished business lay between them. Dr. Chambers met her in the corridor outside the intensive care unit. "He's stable for now, but his injuries are severe," the doctor explained. "There was significant trauma, and he's in a coma. We'll need to see how he responds over the next 48 hours. Mercedes nodded numbly, her eyes darting to the window of Silver's room. He looked so fragile lying there, a stark contrast to the strong, larger-than-life man she had known. "Can I see him?" she asked. Dr. Chambers hesitated but eventually nodded. "Of course, just try to keep it brief." Back at the McQueen house, the news of Silver's accident spread quickly. Nana was the first to react, her face crumpling with sorrow as she clutched her rosary beads. "We need to pray," she declared, gathering the family into the living room. "Silver may not be perfect, but he's one of us and we look after our own." Goldie, meanwhile, tried to keep things light for the kids, though her own worry was evident. "Don't you worry," she said, forcing a smile. "Silver's tough as nails. He'll pull through." But not everyone was so optimistic. John Paul, still dealing with his own demons, couldn't help but voice his doubts. "What if he doesn't make it?" he asked quietly, his words cutting through the room like a knife. The question hung in the air, unspoken but deeply felt by everyone present. At the hospital, Mercedes sat by Silver's bedside, her hands trembling as she reached for his. "You're such an idiot," she whispered, tears streaming down her face. "Why didn't you call me? Why didn't you let me help you?" She stayed with him for hours, talking to him as if he could hear her. She told him about everything he had missed: the kids, the family, the village drama. She even confessed her regrets, the things she had been too proud to say before. "I still care about you," she admitted. "Even after everything, I still care." As the hours passed, Mercedes' resolve grew stronger. She wouldn't let Silver go without a fight. She called the rest of the family, urging them to come to the hospital. "He needs us," she said. "All of us." By evening, the McQueens had gathered at Dee Valley Hospital, a rare show of unity for the often fractured family. Nana led the group in prayer, while Goldie and John Paul took turns keeping vigil by Silver's side. Even Theresa made an appearance, her usual bravado replaced by genuine concern. But just as the family began to rally around Silver, another bombshell threatened to shatter their fragile unity. Dr. Chambers pulled Mercedes aside, his expression grave. "There's something else you need to know," he said. "Silver, he wasn't alone when the accident happened. There was someone else in the car." Mercedes' brow furrowed. "Who?" Dr. Chambers hesitated. "A woman. She didn't survive." The words hit Mercedes like a punch to the gut. Who was this woman? And why had Silver been with her? The questions swirled in her mind, threatening to drown out everything else. Back at the McQueen house, tensions reached a boiling point as the news of the mystery woman filtered through the family. Goldie was the first to voice what everyone was thinking. "Do you think he was cheating?" she asked bluntly, earning a sharp glare from Nana. "Now's not the time for that kind of talk," Nana scolded. "We don't know the full story." But the seeds of doubt had been sown, and they quickly took root. Mercedes, torn between her love for Silver and her lingering mistrust, couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to the story than anyone was letting on. As the days went on, the McQueens found themselves grappling not only with Silver's uncertain fate, but also with the secrets that had come to light in the wake of his accident. Who was the woman in the car? What had Silver been hiding? And most importantly, could the family survive yet another crisis? For Mercedes, the answers couldn't come soon enough. But one thing was certain, whatever happened next, the McQueens would face it together, for better or worse. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Hollyoaks Update YouTube channel for more update news.